Hello everyone, I wish you have a great day. My name is Mohammad Beikzadeh. Guys, today I want to talk to you about a method in the lean production. This method is the 5S. It's called 5S. It consists of sort, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So, what's the intention of this method? This method try to organize and keep the work area clean. So, there is some positive point regarding to this method. The first one, it causes to increase the level of the safety in the work area. It increases the level of the quality in your production and also increase the average of the life about your equipment. It decreases the rate of the injuries because of the accident and also downtime of the equipment. It reduces the rate of the defect about your final product and reduce time of the production. Also, it increases the efficiency of the training and reduce the level of the rate of the supplier mistake. Please don't forget that, first of all, in the whole of this method, we access everything in a space and we remove what is not necessary and keep the area clean. We can summarize this method in 3 words: organize, clean, and repeat. It means that first we organize it, and after that clean it, and again we repeat this cycle. So I would like to talk about each phase in detail. The first one is the sort. This phase is going through all furniture, material, and equipment. We would like to know that what we need to be presented, what we need to stay in each workstation, and what is needed to be removed. So for this intention, we should answer some basic question. What's the purpose of each item? When it's used the last time? How frequently it's used? Who is responsible? Which operator is responsible to use that tool? Does it need to be here? Because sometimes uh, one station need a tool temporary. They bring from another site to this site, they use it, but they forget to return that tool. So please pay attention. Workplace is better to be without unnecessary and infrequent item and tools because we don't need to see a place busy. But there is a question: how we can understand which tools are necessary to be there or not? The best answer is that we should ask operators who work there. Generally, we have three types of the tools. Some tools which are necessary to be there, a group of tools which do not work frequently. The last one, we won't use them anymore. About the first one, we define their location in the next stage set in order. About the second one, we use the method of the red tag. And about the last one, please pay attention that they have three options. First, we move them to another site if they need them. We throw them out or recycle them or keep them in the storage container. For the future, probably we need it. About the red tag, dear friend, red tag is a red cardboard that we put on the tools which they are not used frequently. This card consists of some information. For instance, about the location, where was the location of this tool? We should describe about it briefly and the name of the person who put the tag on the tool. And date of the application. Date of the application is so important. Please pay attention that when you put the cardboard red tag on the tool, you should move it to the red tag zone because all of the facilities, all of the tools which are in the red tag zone, it means that they are not used frequently. Pay attention to this point. Red tag zone should be close to the work area. They shouldn't be far away because probably operator need to use it and they should access to that area easily. And also everyone should know that area. Please pay attention. When you put the red tag zone on the tools and keep it in the red tag zone, you should keep a reminder for yourself on your computer, cell phone, or telephone to know that after 1 or 2 months, check that tools again. If its date of the application is changed, so it's used and keep it there. If it's not used, you should remove it. It means that even it's not used infrequently too. So it's going in the last category as a tool which is not used anymore. Probably you need to move it to the storage container. But how we can put the sort into action? There is 5 stages. The first one, you need to record primary situation before the 5S implementation by taking a photo, by photograph. You need to establish some criteria for sorting because some laws, some regulations, they're not common among different companies, such as how long the tool by the red tag should stay in the red tag zone, or what should we do if we don't use facility after 1 or 2 months. It should be recycled, it should be thrown out, or keep in the storage container. Specify a space for the work area and red tag zone. Also, during red tag zone and documentation, when you move it to the red zone, it means that in the same time when you put the red tag zone on the tools, you should prepare the documentation and document for those tools too. You should record it that you move that tool to the red zone. After a while, as I told you, after 1 month or 2 months, when it's not used, you should relocate the items as expired item to the storage container or to another department. If we don't use red tag zone tools for a long time, they shouldn't stay there. The second phase is set in order. Please pay attention. After that, we remove unused facility and clutters. We need to sort and categorize the rest of the items by our own strategies. But please pay attention, our strategy need to have a logical arrangement about true task, about the frequency of the task, how many times a task is needed to perform, about the path people take through a space. We should pay attention to this point, that layout, the role of the layout is so important. If we have a poor layout, it causes to increase our waiting time or unnecessary motion and unnecessary transportation. In another side, if we have a good layout by a good set in order phase, it causes to reduce waiting time, unnecessary motion, and unnecessary transportation. Also, please pay attention to this point too. The location of the storage is important too, because all of the operators or employees should find the location of the storage easily. They shouldn't waste their time. Why? Because they want to search and find the storage. Also, it should be close to workstation, and it causes to reduce injuries of the accident. In this way, we need to ask some basic questions too. But what are these questions? First, which operators use which items? Because we need to know, we should keep some tools close to which operators. When are the items are used? Keep it closer and more away. Which item are used most frequently? Should item be grouped by the types? Because we try to organize the environment. We try to organize the rest of the items which are there. So we try to know if we can group them by the type. So we will group. Where would we place those items? About the location of the item, two points are so important. The first one, which location is more ergonomic, and which location reduce the rate of unnecessary motion? Last question, do we need to have extra storage container? This extra storage container consists of the shelves and cabinets. Probably it helps us to organize more the environment. Please don't forget this point, that all of this storage, they should be labeled and represent the constants of the storage. And everyone should be trained about it. So there is some point about the second phase. Please indicate the workflow direction with the signage. The facility map should be placed in a strategic location. It should be available for everyone. Everyone should see it. Please don't forget to label electronic facilities, because sometimes we need to recognize it fast and easily. It's related to one of the reasons is related to safety. Don't forget if a storage container consists hazardous material, don't forget to label it, because we should know where is the location of the dangerous and hazardous material and storage. Please specify the content of pipe, tank, and valves. It's important too. It's about the safety too. Please specify the warehouse boundaries. We should separate the warehouse from the production lines, or if they are in one space, probably 2 or 3 brands have a warehouse. We should separate it from each other. Please label a station with instruction and ensure that all of the safety and hazard are labeled clearly and properly. So the third part or third phase is the shine. Shine is generally about housekeeping and keeping clean. Please pay attention. We need to plan and perform regular maintenance on the machinery and equipment. Why? Because we need to catch the problem earlier and prevent breakdown. Why we need it? Because we want to reduce wasting time and we don't want to uh, face work stoppage because of the breakdown. In the ideal situation, we should schedule for cleaning daily. Although sometimes it's impossible, or budget or time doesn't let us to do it. It's important to train everyone and let everyone know about some special points. The first one, about the location of the materials. Where is the location of the materials to clean? Detergent. Which materials are used for which equipments? We know that some equipment, some tools can be cleaned by some specific materials. We cannot use all of the materials for them. And also, how we can use the facility. This facility can be those facility which we use to clean the area, or machinery or equipment inside the work area, especially if they are damaged easily. It's recommended that to define a checklist for this phase and ask the employees to monitor their work area daily. Daily is a optimistic condition. It can be each day, each 2 days, each 3 days. Let them know that they need to do basic repair in this phase too. And also they should know that monitoring is not just for a limited time. It should be permanently and continuously. About this phase, please let them know about its advantages. Please let them know that if a place is clean, they can understand and discover a problem easier and as soon as possible. Let them know that by cleaning and keeping area clean, it causes to have some mental or psychological effect on the other employees. Positive effect, actually. It has a positive mental and psychological effects on other employees. So, how we can put the shine into action? Again, we photograph the place before implementation of the shine. Explain this phase to the operators or employees and set a goal for them. Please develop a uniform test to evaluate cleanness and show them where you stock the cleaning supplies for the work area. First, you should stock, and after that, show them the location. Where is the location of the cleaning supplies? Post the calendar of the shine day and its time in the work area. They should know about it. And also they should know when inspection happen. Assign cleaning and self-monitoring duties among operators. Implement by cleaning and eliminating a small imperfection. And also post duty task time. At the end, you need to record the result too by the photograph. Why? Because we want to compare primary situation and the result together. Fourth phase is standardize. Please pay attention that at the beginning, when 5S method is new, keep an area clean and organized. Making area clean and organized is easy. But if it's not performed continuously, after a while, it will return to the last condition. So by the standardized phase, we try to systemize everything and turn one-time effort into habit by assigning regular tasks, creating a schedule, and posting instruction. We try to make 5S method as a routine plan. And to do it, in this phase, daily checklist is necessary. So in this phase, we use some tools, such as visual tools. This tool play a significant role. What is the visual tools? It's such as sign, such a label, poster, floor making tab, and tool organizer. Also, we use color code. In the color code, each color has a specific meaning. For instance, green is the safety. The meaning of the green color is the safety. Blue is related to equipment and inventory. Red is related to defect and fire. Your examples. It's so essential. It's so essential workers to become familiar with these tools and facilities. It's essential to become familiar with visual tools and they know what's the meaning of the color code. Please don't forget that this phase help us to keep everything in the right place. And also, we should know that all of the standardization and checklist before we want to perform, it should be approved by the manager. Another point, please don't forget that continuously condition and function should be monitored, or conditions should be monitored continuously to be sure that everything meets according to regulation of the 5S and regulations, standard daily or periodically are improved and updated. So in this part, we have some regulations, some steps to put the standardization into action too. The first one, managers should meet workers and review 5S regularly, because managers should be sure that all of the workers are familiar with the 5S concepts. Implement worker idea once when they are approved by the manager. Please listen to the idea of your workers. Probably it can be good. And sometimes it might play the role of miracle for a company. If they are good, so accept it, manager accept it, and it can be performed. Allow flexibility in the performance of the 5S. Don't limit the freedom of your employees to do 5S. Let them to find 5S flexible. Involve internal system management, such as ISO Manager in 5S, and reduce redundancies and improve the system. Updated documentation to reflect the real and current situation. Please pay attention. Your documentation and your document shouldn't represent your past. It should represent your current situation. So they need to be updated every day or every periodically or after each period of the time. And label and sign should describe your current conditions, not the past. It's so important. The last part is about the sustain. Please pay attention. Sustain help to keep 5S running smoothly and keep everyone in the organization involved. Sustain is not a short-term plan, it's a long-term plan, and it helps us that 5S becomes a part of the company culture. Please make sure that everyone receives the training about the 5S and its procedures. Try to find the new ideas about the 5S and improve it continuously, and engage everyone in this process. Why? Because when your employees feel the result of the 5S, it encourages them to involve. Also, they feel that this company belongs to themselves. They feel good. It encourages them. It encourages them to involve the process, and you can do this process in the best way. Preparing monthly work area process evaluation. This evaluation basically is according to the documentation of the success and issues based on the weekly work area inspections. So now we can understand that why inspection of the area is so important, because it's directly affect on the evaluation of the months. To evaluate the situation, to analyze the result, don't forget to use some visual tools such as graph and chart. Also, please pay attention. You can use a great system. This system is the point system. It encourages your employees and operators to follow this method. How? If you can meet the cleanliness standard, so they can achieve 1 point per duty. In another side, if you cannot achieve the standard of cleanness, they will lose 2 points of this system. It encouraged them. It encouraged them to involve in this system more and feel more responsibility. Now we have a sixth stage to put the sustain into the action. First, provide the worker calendar about work area inspection and meeting. And also make a schedule about them for employees. They need to have a schedule of the meeting and inspection. Please, in this part again, document your worker feedback, and if it's a good, please implement it. And actually after that, the manager accepts it. To communicate 5S success using internal publication, signs, award, and banners. Look to the workers for 5S improvement and monitor the success. Reduce duty task times and compare again by the primary times. Now we have some general point about this process. As I told you, 5S is a general method. Some people think that it's just used for the manufacturing area. No, it can be used everywhere. Please don't forget that 5S is a long-time investment, is a long-time plan. Its intention is to prevent hazard and mishaps. Before performing this method in your company, I recommend you to visit other company which currently they perform this method. Ask about their experience and what they experience about this method, how they can persuade their employees. Please don't forget that. You don't need to start this method by complicated process and costly process. You can start it by a small and simple change in your company. Encourage everyone to talk about their new idea. Probably their new idea help you to do better, to improve your process. And finally, please share your success with your team and celebrate your victory by them. It, it helps them to feel that you're important. Okay, dear guys, it was the topic of today. I hope you can find it useful. Please don't deprive me from your feedbacks. Please let me know about the point of your view. Thank you so much. Have a great day.